The perfect trio.
That's us. The perfect trio. I also started the stream right before you said the perfect trio, so out of context, it just sounds like we're jerking each other off, which is
Which is what we do.
which is not what is happening figuratively, but it is what's happening literally.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's the other way around.
Don't tell anyone. The only thing that limits us from that being literal is not being in the same room.
Hey Jack, you know it'd be a really cool idea
What's that?
if we shared
I
your
know.
screen.
As soon as I said what's that, immediately,
That's a good third step.
yeah. It's a pretty good third step.
Yeah. First step was turning his system on. Second step was putting the correct game in the cartridge slot.
True. But we did figure that
He
out.
skipped a. Yeah, we did figure that out. He did skip to step 4, which was start the stream.
Damn. I mean,
But
it made sense to not share my screen until after the stream started. In my head.
okay. Okay. Anyway. Hi,
Yeah.
Al. Hi, Dark Bastard.
What's up? I'm pouring a drink.
Who you pouring one out for today?
Who am I pouring one out for? Let's see. Is it meant to be a person who passed or just a person in general?
Just a person in general.
Al.
You know what? Nothing else came to mind immediately. I was going to say my girlfriend, but that's not as cool as Al, the coolest fan of the Gaming Stooges.
The
Don't-
coolest member of Gaming Stooges.
I was. He might as well be.
about to say. Yeah.
All right. Let's play Apologist.
Okay.
So when we last left off, we were right before a cross-examination from what's her name?
Lamariar.
Lamariar. Yeah. Lamaria.
Lamaria.
Shit, that means that's me.
Lamaria.
Maria. Lamaria.
Lamario. Luigi Mario.
Luigi Mario.
Luigi Mario.
That's her name.
Luigi Mario?
Yeah, Luigi Mario. That's how you say that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Luigi Mario.
Luigi Mario.
Oh, we're jumping
Okay.
right in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just loaded the save, so we're just here.
As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something bad had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
No, that's me. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying.
Hi, Darkest Mustard. Hi, Al. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Kari.
They both said hi.
And I wasn't stealing your line. I was genuinely just saying, in response to the cross-examination. I'm the judge in spirit.
That makes sense.
I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her for longer than need be.
Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go.
Grr.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Just like these baby back ribs.
Lamario wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what.
Hey, Apollo.
What she saw. What is it, Trucy?
Why don't we just present the brooch on statement 3?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Hutch. Husha. I'm sorry, Lamirar, but I'm having trouble believing you. ... You remember this brooch, do you not?
No, but I remember a brooch.
Why, that's Lemuriar's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place.
It's pronounced brooch.
At the very scene of the crime. What? Excuse me.
Liar. That's how you pronounce the name, right? You
Yeah.
just burp.
Larry
Burp.
R.
Burp ER. How did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night.
My brooch has special powers. ...
What is the meaning of this? Lamario, please explain.
Malaria? ... Wingdings. She says, English is quite difficult.
Oh, bullshit.
How very convenient. That trick's not going to work here.
Wingdings.
Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now?
Wingdings.
Was Klavier always able to interpret what she was saying?
Apparently now he can.
Yeah.
In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What?
More wingdings.
What?
Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that?
What's she talking about, Apollo? I can't understand wingdings.
Right when the incident occurred. Ah! Is she talking about that? Flashback.
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 Plus a text that we already went through.
Wow.
When
Look at that dead guy.
Yagshamash.
Oh no, he's gonna say it again. No.
Why is it funny every time?
Because it is. Why don't you just die already?
God, this fucking flashback is long.
Oh my god.
Super long flashback.
Well,
Oh, it's finally done.
okay. Oh, they good.
I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you.
So this was when your brooch dropped? That
Yes,
explains that.
I threw it 13 feet into the room.
It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it.
She literally returned to the stage just so she could throw her fucking brooch away.
Yeah.
It does. There was
And
no
then
other,
leave. But that's ridiculous! You only looked at it for an instant, but you dropped your brooch?
Through it, actually. I mean, what?
Hair forehead. Huh! She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
So she looked in at the crime scene.
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice.
Hair forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh.
I closed the door immediately.
Well, that explains the brooch.
And this brew.
Oh, I love this
God
stew.
damn it.
Let's return to your testimony.
That's too convenient. She's hiding something. The mirror. You did look into the room, though, right?
Yes.
Testify as to what you saw.
Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses.
Ooh.
Hey, Apollo.
Let's
bracelet
perceive.
On
Statement form.
this statement.
Yeah.
Perceive her neck. No, too late now, Apollo. You're gonna have to wait for it again. There. Look at her gulp.
Gulping.
How do you gulp in the middle of speaking?
I don't know.
The late
Oh, boy.
Mr. Latouse's body, you say?
Yes.
We're in the polymerization realm. You know something more about Mr. Latouse's death than you were saying.
What?
I could see you
did you
trying
say?
not to remember. But the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. I have special
Exclamation
eyes.
point.
Apollo, she's gonna use spit up
It is
next.
true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot?
One moment, Lemiriar.
Yes?
What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot?
What did you say?
Yes?
She was hiding something. I knew it. Lemirar, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony.
Eh? How could that be?
Take
How can
this.
this be?
Take this. Take this.
Take this.
Lemirar contradicted her own testimony, and I have evidence to prove it.
What is it, Apollo?
Is it the crime photo?
No, dummy. It's the investigation request. The one that says everything's going to be restricted.
That's true. Tell me, Lemiriar, how did you know he had been shot?
Well,
Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? ...
Yark!
Well, good going, Apollo.
Mind crush.
Mind crush, Yugi!
Lemurier! You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. Like a McDonald's kids meal with a toy?
No, I'm
That's-
actually holding on to a millennial item.
A millennial item?
Millennial item.
Shoutouts to our Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories LP.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Where they used millennial items.
Yeah. Shit. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet.
Like these baby back ribs.
Now I remember.
She does look like a side character from Yu-Gi-Oh!
She is a side character from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what you're talking
Maybe
about.
because she's got those Ishizu vibes.
True.
Please allow me to add my testimony.
Of course. All we want to know is the truth. Sorry, I was drinking something.
She looks kinda pale, huh?
Does Gavin just start to sound a little bit like Sonic the Hedgehog when he's drinking?
She saw something.
Sorry, I was drinking something.
I know it.
Even the victim said so.
Even oh, wait, that's your line.
That was my line. That's why I said
And I
it.
said your line before that.
What? Did you? You did,
Yes,
actually.
I did.
I saw bullet holes in the wall and I knew Mr. Latouche had been shot.
Hey, Apollo.
Yeah. Yes, Trucy?
You wanna present something?
I believe I do.
What do you wanna present?
Is it the diagram?
Yeah, sounds good, Apollo.
Is it actually?
Yeah. Right on this, in fact, statement. Good job.
Hell yeah. That's just what I assumed. It's okay, it's so rare that when I assume, like, the knowledge that the game, like, thinks I should know. Like, usually I'm, like, 2 steps ahead, and I'm, like, trying to present something on a statement where it's like, no, you're not supposed to know that yet.
No, you dumbass. You don't know that yet.
But this time I did know it.
You have to present the picture of the banana, not the banana.
It's true. Lemuriar, they call you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature.
Ooh, she's a creature-type monster. A
What?
put-down worthy of your predecessor.
Predecessor?
You're our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
It would be funnier if you said your prosecutor.
Or your predecessor, because, that sounds like something Phoenix would also say.
True.
Also, such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo.
Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once?
No.
The answer is no. Apollo is never allowed to be cool until the next game.
And then he's only allowed to be cool one time.
It's true. Observe the diagram. Lemuriar, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct?
Yes, that is so.
There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on.
Eh,
You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen the bullet holes.
York!
Her brooch wouldn't be where we found it.
That's also true. This case has been, like, advancing text, like, automatically a lot. I have no idea why.
Lemire,
Yes.
I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something, like those baby back ribs.
These are my baby back ribs. You can't have them. And I must tell you,
Yes,
I must tell you what it is that I saw.
yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
The happenings in this trial are being recorded
It's true. Right now.
by a live
By a
live
live-
viewing audience.
It's true.
It's being recorded by the live viewing audience, not by the staff. And I'm certain it will be on the news in Borgenia.
A Poophole Jankness is filmed
A
before a
Poophole
live
Jankness.
studio audience.
Starring Apollo Justice. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it.
Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing.
Shut up, you dumbass.
But she knew how Mr. Latouche died. And
Shut up,
he
you
named her.
dumbass.
And he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemire.
Shut up, you dumbasses. Very well. Lemire, please continue your testimony.
Very well, I shall.
Okay, that was easy. Witness testimony.
She saw part 2.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was.
So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person, you say?
Ah, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Hair Forehead.
I have a question, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor?
Is a grown person like a Cyberman?
Not quite.
Oh. Well, you may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about the Cyberman that's on stage right now. I mean, Lemire. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. Is it because the judge ate everyone else's baby back ribs?
Lemire's secret is that she's actually a Cyberman.
She's a Cyberman the whole time.
This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Oh, those are my fish sticks.
Oh, give those to me.
They just came out of the oven.
Yeah. Huh? I wanted fish sticks too. Ooh, velvet. bacon mac and cheese.
Remember when Krillin and Lemuriar teamed up against Perfect Cell?
Yes.
It was my
Yes, I
favorite
do.
episode of Dragon Ball.
That was my favorite arc.
Hey, Apollo.
Hold on, before I forget.
Okay.
Speaking of mac and cheese, I went over to my parents' house today for dinner because
Did you slap your father?
no,
Oh, okay.
because today was the first day of March Madness. We're watching college basketball. My dad made homemade mac and cheese with Tillamook cheese.
Ooh. Ooh.
It was good as fuck.
That sounds good. Did you bring some to share with the rest of us?
No, there were no leftovers, actually. We ate the whole damn pan.
Damn, you fat ass. You should have brought some for the judge.
It was really good. What are we doing, Trucy?
Hey, why don't we just press statement 5?
Sounds good to
Find
me.
out more about Cybermen.
A Cyberman? That's a little vague.
I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Certainly, you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. ...
It was a man, a young man.
And you're sure of that?
Yes, his voice was quite clear.
Voice.
Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man.
So you heard a voice. But wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche?
Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known.
Indeed.
It's not like he hasn't accompanied me for many years at this point.
I think it was a couple months, actually.
Yeah,
You're new.
They did
Yes.
mention earlier in the case that he's like a relatively new hire. But still, she's been
Like-
around him for like 3 months.
At least, which is more than enough to be able to recognize a voice.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you were at that very large window that a full person could easily get in and out of, and you heard the shooter's voice,
See you,
the voice
Polo?
of a young man.
I told
See
you
you,
a human
Polo?
could fit through that hole.
You dumbass!
Apollo!
Apollo! This is a good testimony! That proves that the grown man could go through that window. No, and it wasn't Machi. Indeed. I guess we're done here now. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. Probably green or blue. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony?
It's pretty good. Nah, it's contradictory. Right?
Let's see. When given the choice, you can say it's contradictory, arguing that if it was a grown man, what she heard, how could the man get away? There was no way he could have fit in the air vents. Saying it's pretty good doesn't penalize you in any way. other than having Klavier make fun of you. Nothing new at this point.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
you
let's
want
do that one.
Klavier to make fun of us?
No. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lemuriar's testimony that rings false. Heh. Bravo, Hair Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember.
Cold as ice.
I thought of the same thing.
I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as
this testimony.
I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime.
What about a Cyberman?
Dot, dot, dot. I can't let them know that a Cyberman can fit through the window.
The window and the air vent. But that means Lemurior has been lying. Maybe someone can't fit through that window.
Don't give up on your dreams, Trucy.
I'll fit through it one day. I'll grow so big and strong that I can fit through any window, no matter the size.
She would probably just do it with magic. I know. And I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this.
I can.
Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Hair Forehead says, yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony.
Fuck.
What next? What's he talking about? Lemirar, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature.
What does the prosecution mean? What's the meaning of this? Apollo, what's he talking about?
How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? It's literally like... It's like an Always Sunny when D has an idea, and they're just like, shut up, D, and then Dennis repeats the exact same idea, and they're like, oh, that's a good idea, Dennis.
That's a great idea, Apollo.
I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room?
It was Kentucky.
No, it was the Sony state of play. It was quite
Ew.
disappointing.
I can see.
Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it.
She has superhuman hearing.
What? But I'm sure.
Lemirar, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense, but my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have! So you say. And the victim named her the Siren as the witness? That's right! That's what Mr. Latouche... We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Herr Judge.
Yes?
The prosecution requests that the witness be excused.
Oh,
Excuse me. Please.
you're excused. Get lost. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. Also, she can just go to the store and buy me soup.
But if Lemirar can't testify...
Then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocent.
Incident?
Incident. He had an incident. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case, and I will continue eating this chalupa.
Danke. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I would like to hear from the Fraulein detective again. Wait! Let me hear Lemirier's testimony one last time.
But the cross-examination is already over. You snooze, you lose.
Plus, we only get one visit from the detective each case in the courtroom. That's the law.
Yeah, so...
Once they're gone, they can't come back from that.
And so she's still technically on the witness stand this whole time, so it's still her time. And until such a time is needed, this witness may leave the stand and go to the soup store, buy me a soup.
I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance.
You
Just
could also
don't
buy me clothes.
Just don't go to the clothing store. I've made that mistake before. Don't do it.
Please don't do it. All right, you can have him.
You can give him a good night snuggle.
Okay. Oh, traitor. Oh.
At last, back to the real trial. Ready, Hair Forehead? Grr, I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fraulein Detective, how far have we gotten up until we... how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Oh, she's back. Oh, shit.
Don't ask me.
This isn't legal.
No, she was standing at the witness stand the whole time. It's totally legal.
I dislike saying the same thing twice. And I never repeat a song for an encore.
If you would, Miss Sky.
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latusse's killer could have escaped
Was through the small window.
was through that air vent on the ceiling.
Damn
No!
No!
Damn it!
Fiddlesticks! Oh, yes. There was only one door in the room.
Trucy, language.
Shut
Sorry.
up, Apollo.
Sorry, Apollo. Fucking fiddlesticks.
Fucking fiddle. Fucking shit.
That's better.
Fiddles. And the witness, you, was standing in front of it.
That air vent is very big, you see. Kind of limits the people who could possibly get through.
I certainly would have a difficult time.
You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though.
I love rocking out.
Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert.
Then why was I there?
The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant.
A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself.
She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye.
Oh?
And it was this Crunchwrap Supreme.
What's that?
It's a Crunchwrap Supreme. The circumstances of the defense arrest.
The circumstances? Again?
Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre.
She's right. Why did Mr. Latusse's body disappear from the room and end
For
up on
good.
top of that stage
Yeah.
tower?
disappear for good.
Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation, Herr Judge.
Go to bed. Go. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. Just like the accident I just had in my pants.
Oh my god.
But you work in this job long enough, you can have accidents all the time. Oh, and you get a nose.
They have to make the
things.
judge wear a diaper.
I don't wear diapers. The
No, but they're
judge
going to
sure
have to
seems
make you.
pleased with himself.
Very good, Fraulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Okay, before we do this witness testimony, I have to pee. I will be right back. It's not break time, but just give me a second.
You see, basically, I sit on top of a porta potty. So I'm allowed to make accidents all the time. Go to bed. Go. Go to bed. Go. Go to bed. Thank you. She went to bed.
Don't ever forget, Landon. The Big Getty star enabled me to cheat death.
The Big Getty Star enabled me to cheat death. How can I pre? The Big Getty Star enabled me to cheat death. How can this be?
The judge would actually say, "The Big Getty star enabled me to eat bread. How can this be?"
He'll kill you someday. 13 years old. Lila is old. So is Leave. They're both 13.
I'm back. All right.
I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lemuriar's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim.
What?
And
What?
Machi
No.
practically left his signature at the scene.
We're streaming right now.
All this evidence clearly points to the defendant.
I'm gonna take her to bed. Hold on. Wait, do I have a line? I don't have a line right away. Okay.
Lemuriar's song? Yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed its code, too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held on to so tightly were stolen. Then... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latussa's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky.
That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale or anime.
I admit, I'd forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were.
Hey, you know, I was the one who first noticed that. I should be given all the credit.
Apollo, this is only day one of the trial. There's no way this is the grand finale.
Yeah, we still have an investigation and then 2 parts to the next trial, you dumbass. I've heard of jumping rope, to songs and counting to songs. But killing?
In the name of.
It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge.
Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next, the cross-examination.
I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing.
When you wait,
You won't hear me say, please,
oh baby.
ooh woo.
Hey, Paloo.
Yeah.
Why do you always make it sound like she needs to take a shit before she says something?
Because I do have to take a shit before I say something. Anyway, why don't you press on statement 4? While I go take a dump.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kick the judge off of his porta potty.
God, it's so dysfunctional.
What if the judge's chair is a toilet?
That's what I was referring to when you left.
Yeah.
I had mentioned, like, because he just makes
he has a
accidents.
porta potty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting on top of a porta potty, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What do you mean by his signature?
The bullet holes in the wall, of course.
The
What?
bullet holes?
For my Valentine.
Gross.
Ugh.
The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall.
And what does that mean? That means what exactly?
That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They
Okay.
can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range.
Difficult to miss, you say? Sounds like they're
Very.
trying to use a 95% accurate move.
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim.
No! You can't be serious!
Machi! He can't see! That's why he missed?
It's the only explanation that makes sense.
Oh, I can't wait till we get the real explanation that doesn't make sense.
He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly.
That reminds me. The monitor in the room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound, which just makes it all the more ridiculous that he was able to fucking aim in the first place.
A blind shooter.
Al, I agree.
This case is dumb, yeah.
No wonder he missed.
I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, what is it? Jank-ass.
Jankass?
Think, jank-ass. What do I do now? Let's raise an objection.
Raise an objection. Why am I telling you what to do?
Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh? How so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim.
That's certainly possible.
And
Why? God.
It might have been the revolver's fault.
The revolver?
The revolver
velvet
was a
revol-
very large caliber, correct?
If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder.
Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobaye, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim.
A convincing argument, to be sure.
Ha ha! Take that, smug prosecution!
Take that. Apollo.
Huh? What?
That bit about Machi being tiny? And the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it?
Oh! Shit! It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Yerk! Cripes, I really put my foot in it this time! But let's get to the facts of matter of the hand. Oh, fuck. But let's get the facts of the matter on the record. If you would.
Why are you stepping in the porta potty?
If you would, Fraulein Detective.
Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony.
Right.
Right.
From the state of the
Hey,
crime.
Apollo!
Yeah?
Present the crime photo.
The crime photo?
Yes, that
Okay.
one.
Okay. The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see.
A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes.
Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain
Ooh,
piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim.
What?
This is that evidence.
Photograph of the crime scene?
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. But this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of your ass and put it to good use, yeah?
Very well. Show us your finger now that it's out of your ass, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the
The
at
blood.
the heart of the yeah, the blood. I mean, yeah, the blood.
The contradiction is right here.
Those smeared blood stains.
I thought it was just my blurry vision.
I can't believe I'm being contradicted by a poophead jankass.
Poop hole, jackass. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court, when people will do the YMCA.
It's almost as if he wrote something.
Aha! I get it! At least I think I get it.
Get what, Fraulein?
When Mr. Trouser was shut, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And, what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh?
Sorry, give me just a second.
I'll give you 2 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, time's up.
Sorry, I was pouring another drink.
Ooh. Pass one over.
Thanks for making my point for me.
You're welcome.
Yes, in fact. That's what I think happened here.
That does seem to be a distinct possibility.
The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion.
What if he just wrote tapioca pudding?
Actually, I think he was just trying to write Yakshamash.
Oh, okay. Bet! I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. It's so hard to read. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind.
Sorry. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say?
No. About what?
So the prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer. And that killer tried to rub the name out?
What's your point?
What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know
the point on your head?
How did the killer know the victim was writing their name?
Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait.
It's so rare for Apollo to be the only person in the room that knows what's going on.
Once he saw what it was. Ugh.
But what did you just testify about the shooter?
Oh. I said they were blind. Ah!
Ah!
Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi Tobaye, is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter.
Impossible!
Order! Order! If crab cakes to go around. Hey, please explain to me what all this means. I do not understand. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. And yet, up until now,
It seems I owe the court an apology.
An apology.
an Apollo trilogy, you say?
The
Yeah.
Gavin, the governors, the governors
The governors, Apollo.
The Governors are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner.
Ooh.
I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here.
Hey, Apollo. Look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't, and is about to tell us. Like
Oh,
he's going to
you'll
update the autopsy.
Oh, you'll find out. I'm about to summon it. I've got an idea. Let's rock!
Oh no.
With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Fraulein detective. If I may.
What?
Tell me, why do you think that Machi Tobaye is blind?
Huh?
What did he say?
What are you saying? Of course he's blind.
Of course.
He's blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lemuriar lead him around by the hand all the time?
No way. Oh yeah, that's me. I have a report here on the defendant, Machi Tobaye. According to this, Machi Tobaye can see perfectly well.
What?
His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well.
He can
But-
see clearly
but you said-
now the rain is gone.
What did I say exactly? Herr Forehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fraulein Detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider Machi Tobaye sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this.
But what about the bullet holes in the wall?
Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Herr Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. Ack! How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Irk. This is where the real fun begins, Herr Forehead. Yarg!
You should have just did the home improvement thing.
I knew you didn't. I knew you didn't have what it took.
You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief?
Yes. Actually, no. That's my job.
And my job.
And my job. Yeah, apologize. That's my job.
Oh, sorry.
That's new way to apologize. Blair Chalupa.
He's angered the Trucy now. Look out.
The Trucy.
If we could please end the bickering now.
Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me.
But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Yeah, I said
Ugh.
that right.
Don't say that.
Your testimony has already given us enough to convict the
aha.
witness.
Aha, what?
This blood stain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right?
That seems to be what happened, yes.
We might be able to find out what was really written here.
Yay.
Yay! Yay!
Really? You can do that?
That's right, with this.
Good old luminol.
Good old
More
Windex.
drugs. It's called luminol.
It's called Windex.
Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood.
Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet?
No,
Ha! As if I'm going to tell you.
that's a no.
The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now.
Right. Go for it, Apollo.
Huh? I have to do the test?
Yeah, you're the main character. You just have to spray the luminol on. It's simple.
A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere.
Yes, I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. I'm gonna eat this plate of bacon, eggs, and potatoes.
Sounds good as fuck.
Right? Ready. It's easy as pie.
Ooh, never mind. I'm having pie.
Just press A to spray on an area. Here, give it a try.
The eyes of the entire court are focused on me.
Apollo, your hand's shaking.
Ugh. Grr. Let's do this.
Spray, spray, Apollo. Huh? Apollo, why does it say icy wiener?
Aw, crud. Wow, it really works.
This must be the power of science. Take that, God.
It says IPXX314206.
Ooh, yes, the killer's name.
Is that the killer's name?
Yes, that's what I just said. Maybe if the killer was a robot.
Aha, I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number.
Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency?
Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on.
Eh?
Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Oh, boy.
I forgot how I voiced this guy.
Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number.
Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No. Give me 27. I'm not sure what to think of all of this. And I don't like that guy. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent,
Oh, wait, I know.
what do you know?
What if Machi Tabai is really an undercover Interpol agent?
Oh, that makes sense.
That would be a possibility.
A possibility. Yes. An endless possibility. No. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain.
This is my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back.
Oh my god.
Why did Latus know an Interpol ID number? And how will I know when I get there?
Oh god.
That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobaye. What are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you.
You had me till that last bit.
Does this not raise a rather straightforward question?
Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see?
Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Herr Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobaye pretended he was blind. Do you know why?
How could he know?
Wait! Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he?
He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game?
This is a game. It's called Apollo's Justice.
It's called the poop hole jankness.
Yeah.
Know
Ace
that
Attorney.
the moment I heard that report, I knew why.
I suppose people have sold over 1 million records really are something else.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
There was a reason why Machi Tobaye was pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself?
Mr. Justice? Can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness?
Do we?
Hey, Apollo, think we have a picture to show them.
Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see, which means... No, it couldn't be.
Yes, it can be.
Good show, Herr Forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Grr, why can't I figure these things out on my own?
'Cause you're so dumb, Apollo.
I hate having to take my cues from this guy.
And me. Mostly me.
And even me sometimes.
Yeah, and she's dumber than you.
Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see.
It's the postcard, Apollo. Look at the back. That is... Lemurier?
Lemurier and Machi Tobaye. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country.
Lemuriar and her pianist.
Lemuriar and her penis.
Nah.
They would always walk together, her leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him.
That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go.
All times.
Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time?
Well, wasn't it part of their performance?
I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing.
Ah, really?
Really, it was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lemuriar.
This? So you mean to say that La Mirror is she's?
Yes, Your Honor. Lemuriar is blind.
What? Commotion, commotion, commotion.
Order! Order! This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin,
Where's my chalupa?
where's my chalupas?
Is it now?
Yes. Please, please give me some chalupas. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you. Shit some sanity on this madness. Give me some chalupas. This man's outrageous down over there. He's making stupid claims. Like, they've discontinued the chalupa.
They would never.
They would never.
They would.
But Apollo's trying to make those claims.
They would absolutely never. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Yet I
that is
see-
pretty outrageous.
Yet I see it is not vast in vain. This time, he's quite correct.
But that makes no sense.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be landscape painter and sound or whatever?
Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lemuriar herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room.
Apollo, what does this mean for our case?
Does this trial have a part 2? Like this
you mean
section of the trial?
This day? No. This is going to be the last cross-examination for this part of the trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I had no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now.
Bailiff, bring in Lemuriar.
And my Taco Bell.
And the chalupas. Oh, thank God they're here. They're real.
They're real.
Lemuriar, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must.
Please do not be concerned on my behalf.
Those eyes! She really can't see? Really?
It is true.
Ugh!
How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world.
I wouldn't really consider this the entire world, but okay.
It's the entire world.
Oh, okay. So you are?
Yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lemuriar. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning to Lemuriar.
Kind of. I see. Actually, I guess I shouldn't say that. That's kind of rude.
You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Herr Forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lemuriar, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes?
I have special eyes. Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. But I did deceive all of you. May I begin, Your Honor?
What? Chalupas. Chalupas. Sure, whatever, fuck it. Though I admit, I'm a little busy here. I'm a little lost over there, so you guys figure it out.
I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor.
Here we go again.
Testimony!
I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others.
Boy, this is a murder trial.
I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would.
She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing.
Very well. Does the defense have anything to add?
I'd like to cross-examine.
But what is there left to ask?
There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me.
Oh yeah? What was it?
Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Very well, the defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness.
Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask
was
about
it?
that part and I'll be happy.
Wait, was that Apollo? What part was that?
Let me look at it again.
Okay.
Is it the fifth statement?
Yes, Apollo, you got...
And we present...
No, we just press.
Just press. Damn. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche?
Of course, he was my manager.
So he knew. And that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
Is he right? Can he read your mind like I can?
Yes, I was. Oh, flashback.
Yakshimash.
It's a flashback.
Boo.
Boo,
Boo,
squirting.
Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind.
I don't know.
Tisk tisk. Huh. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There was no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
The witness, Siren. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense.
I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ah! That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness.
Oh,
No,
never mind.
sorry about that.
Never mind. I'm just gonna go back to eating my chalupa.
Too bad the defense did not. Well, Hair Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Irk! I love that stupid face he makes at the end.
Order!
Recall Lemirar's earlier testimony. Flashback.
Well, flashback. Well,
Flashback.
So many flashbacks. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that.
That is not the most important point here.
Hmm?
The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through the window. Why else would he have named her as the witness?
But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice.
And then the dying words.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course.
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant.
What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here? And I'm eating chalupas?
We had the results back for the investigation.
Oh, okay. The investigation?
Excuse me. The Interpol member that Mr. Latouche left us.
Well, let's hear it, man. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards, probably, but probably not, actually. Detective, Croissant, your report, please. Hey, I asked Interpol about the number. This is not my voice that I was using earlier. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. I still can't find the voice. Hold on.
Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent?
Secret agent man.
IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Roman LaTrouser.
What?
Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latrousse himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation.
So, when he wrote those letters...
He was trying to tell us his own identity. And the cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latrousse was an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lemarier's manager was... Oh, that's you.
was just a cover, most likely.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. There's one other important detail I found.
Well, out with it.
It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently, it belonged to Roman LaTrouser. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. And the registration number on the revolver matched.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent or an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything.
Gotta tie in somehow, don't you think?
Yeah, somehow.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Croissant. That's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out.
Yo, shit.
No shit.
Wait.
Lemurier, is something the matter?
Yes. That voice just now.
Darian?
Mr. Darian, is it?
Oh.
It was him. I'm sure of it.
It was him? You mean
You are-
the only other new character introduced in this entire fucking investigation?
Right. You are saying...
That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
Is this some kind of a joke? What?
No way.
The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lemurier fingering Darian Christian. I had to reread that because I'm like, yeah, no. Fingering. Fingering friends.
Apollo?
Fingering friends. We're fingering in the back of the family car.
We're fingering in the middle of trial.
Oh my god.
Not only is he a guitarist, but he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lemuriar heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Oh, Frankfurters. Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo.
Ironic, given the character is the one character that Landing was trying to remember the voice for.
God. Time to spend the
I
next
still
few...
don't know the fucking voice for this character.
Al said, time to spend the next few streams proving Darian is the culprit. Hype.
Oh boy.
True. Alright.
Hey guys, guess what?
What?
Break time.
It's break time. Be right back.
Uh,
Shit.
Oh, shit.
do Emma or Lemuriar have any lines in this next portion?
Probably
Or is it all
not.
Darien?
We're going to do investigation, so
Yeah, most likely not.
we're gonna go to the detention center, and we do bump into Lamir, but when we go to the Coliseum, and we talk to her. So, and Emma is going to be in the dressing room. So yes, we talked to at least those two.
I can take over for you if you want to go to bed.
I was gonna say I am extremely tired. I've been up since about 8 in the morning.
Yeah, go to bed. Don't worry
Thank
about
you. I was gonna say you guys' characters are probably gonna be in the like almost all of the dialogue. You guys can catch me up on what I missed.
I'm
I'll
gonna be
ask.
talking the most, but can do that. Don't worry, Cloud.
Okay. Good night.
Okay, bye.
it. Okay, bye!
Who was that guy, Apollo?
I'm not sure, Trucy. Alright. Let us resume. The next chapter.
The very same day.
A figment of our imagination, truly.
Hey, Apollo, shut the fuck up.
What?
Well, you know, actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not.
Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer.
Well, you know, the trail today. I was thinking. If you gave it a score, what score would you give it?
4 out of 10. Score? Gee. I guess it would, or maybe, well, bah, I'm just as bad as you.
See? It's so vague.
Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something, though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Excuse me. Oh,
I asked
flashback,
Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Some more numbers and words and text. Something else I said. Probably in a different voice, because I don't know the voice for this character.
And the victim, Mr. Latouche. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent?
I could have.
What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating.
I have an idea. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lemurier. Hold the whole court.
Flashback.
These were words Cloud said. Right here, he said these at one point. Probably. He probably talked in a voice like this. That voice I heard was talking to Mr. Latouche. It was him. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries.
I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion.
He's dead, Apollo.
No,
Actually-
Apollo, he's not in the cast for this case. He's not allowed to show up.
Yeah.
What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will?
Yes, actually. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Probably has to do with turnabout succession.
Top secret.
Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. You'll have to rely on me. Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said, actually. We'll be fine.
Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate.
That's the spirit, Apollo.
Yay, the detention center.
Actually, I think you should talk to me, Apollo, back at the
Fine.
when you get a chance, because there's some dialogue about a certain character that popped up a couple times.
Excuse me. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect.
But they don't have any decisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room.
I don't believe you. I mean, right, the air vent. I still think someone got through that window.
And he lied.
About what? Lied?
Machi Tobaye can see. Take off those funky sunglasses.
Machi!
Speak of the devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
I forget. Why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything.
Words are over. Feelings are what matters, Apollo. Sounds like something Tristan would say.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest.
If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me. Alright, bitch.
So, what did you think of the trial today? Whew, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his fucking mind by that trial.
Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win.
No, if he's found not guilty, we win.
Machi might not oh wait, that's you.
Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do.
Huh?
I'm glad Lemurier testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect.
Darianov, the governors. The detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened.
Eh?
I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey,
What is it, Apollo?
no, it's nothing. I must be imagining it.
Imagining what, Apollo? Imagining dragons?
It's just that I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
How could he? He's a young Bulgarian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Or it's scared because you keep making those "I'm so mad" faces.
Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see, but what if that's not all he lied about?
If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. Should we even bother
No,
clicking on the
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
So we don't have anything to present to him right now.
No, not yet.
Okay. So we will go back to the agency and talk
Yay.
to Trucy.
Yay, that's me. Hey.
Lemire R dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darian.
A literal bomb?
No, that's not till the next game.
Oh, okay. Lemire said she was never forgotten. She's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I wish I could be more like her when I grow up.
I guess. Do you want to be blind too?
Sure, the blind magician. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Delicious. I'm sure the judge would agree.
Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means.
Oh,
And she
Okay.
has to be wrong this time.
wrong? Why?
I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during that concert.
That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time.
Right. Did you happen to look up on the stage? Maybe at Darian even?
You bet I did. He's one of the governor's guitarist, after all. He's so cool. Ooh,
Right. All the governors have a rock solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage.
but Lemire heard him, didn't she? She heard Duran backstage, right?
Duran.
Duran.
Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. An Interpol agent.
I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway?
They're a post-punk revival band. Their first album, Turn on the Bright Lights, which released in 2003, was considered a seminal album in the indie rock scene. Huh?
Ooh, okay.
Interpol?
Who?
They're the guys who catch international criminals.
No, I like that explanation less. Why can't they just call them International Police instead of making up some silly name?
Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Lemire R?
What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be.
Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying.
But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something.
I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. That something being our case. The less something, I mean.
Something like that. Brumtish. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to?
My head's spinning.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Is that his voice? Is that really going to be his
Trucy?
voice?
Was that another one of your tricks?
No, it wasn't Mr. Hat. And it wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that.
Oh, there he is. What? Oh, what will be his voice? Whatever the
What will his...
What?
Okay. Yeah,
Well-
I like that.
Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Grammari. Grammari? I've never been 100% sure on the pronunciation of this name.
Let me ask Google.
Grammari? Grammari? Beat him up. We should.
Collins Dictionary, do you have a button where I can listen to it? Yes, you do. Grammary.
Grammari, okay. I accept this.
Hey, the other day... Eek.
This is a flashback.
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat, friend of yours.
Well, Hurley.
We meet again. Nice to meet you. Who are you? And
I
could you
think he
please
just
stop
told you.
smirking like that?
It's you, Uncle Valent.
Uncle
Probably
Valent.
Valent.
He's your uncle?
No, silly. It's the great grammar. Valorant grammar. The Grand Magician.
Yes, it is I, the great Valent Grammary, as seen on television. And could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valorant.
Uncle Valorant.
You look exactly the same.
I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So, be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to him, it's true.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo.
His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm.
After all, Uncle Valorant's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle.
What? Daddy? You mean Mr. Right?
No. I mean, my real daddy.
Oh, Trucy's real father? Oh boy.
Yup, he's dead now. Wait, Apollo. Don't tell me you don't know of Troop Grammar.
Oh, there it is. Troop Grammary. Troop Grammary? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. To not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet. Valorant Grammary. The name began to surface in my head. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child.
You bet you heard that name, dumbass. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. And summoned a T-Rex in attack mode. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. And then escaped from a high security prison.
You said he is a magician? I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of troop grammar. Wait.
Is that some...
Wait!
Isn't that just some fucking Kingdom Hearts bullshit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Special summon ultimate instructor tyrant. What, Apollo?
I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like a duo?
A duo?
Yeah, you had a partner. Something grammar-y. Yes, Zach. Zach Grammary.
Oh, he's
A
dead
master,
now.
a masterful maker of magic. A capable crafter of shining showmanship.
Apollo's old teacher killed him.
Why is everyone so quiet?
Because he's dead. Daddy.
Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way! Trucy's father.
Trucy's father.
Once upon a time, Troop Grammary included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valorant Grammar, and my partner, Zach Grammary. And the Zach was...
He was my real daddy.
Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea.
There wasn't much point in talking about it. Now that he's gone.
It's not like your mom's dead or anything. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I have my idiot dad now. After all. And you make me laugh sometimes, Apollo.
Glad that I'm good for comic relief, at least.
Actually, that's me. I'm comic relief. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. She has a better dad now. Fair.
True. Ah, I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You know, happy to see you again, Uncle Valorant.
I'm sure you are. Not one for
I'm beaming.
not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Colosseum, the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know.
He said hot topic.
Of course, that's where I got this outfit.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
And defend him you did.
Well, it wasn't all my doing. Actually, it was like 110% my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually.
I don't know about that.
My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape? How the fuck are these still around?
Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammary. Will you watch it?
Why?
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
How many times do we have to see this fucking cutscene?
37 times.
Oh boy, this one's number 2.
Yay.
Yay. You know, they could have improved this game by letting us skip this section.
Yeah?
Well, he's all 3D now.
He looks so orange.
He is. He's like an Oompa Loompa.
Whoa. Whoa.
She was there the whole time. Oh, she's back to normal.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious.
There are more there are more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious.
It's you.
Oh yeah. This valid grammary is a good reason to be has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert.
He was probably just fucking around. Anyway, present the videotape.
Cha. So, I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there,
They didn't see a stunt.
what about Lamirar vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, that. I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice.
So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Close enough.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
A modicum of magic from me to you.
So that's why you were at the concert.
Yes. I was there to watch my trick take to the air.
Hey, Apollo.
Huh.
Doesn't this mean that Uncle Valorant could be the killer now? Because we've actually met him?
It's an entirely possible possibility.
Ooh. Something tells me he wasn't the murderer of this case, though.
Of course.
Anyway.
I am like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I
Ooh.
suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers.
Well, you speak in riddles.
It is a potent primeval power I possess.
I'm glad I don't have to voice you.
Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done?
Hey, now.
Trucy?
It's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
Not during a murder investigation, it's not. No. Mine on. For my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall the terrible occurrence happened. Fuck. Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later. Jesus. Well, after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask. I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo.
Grr. Whose side are you on?
I'm on my side.
Aye, Valent Gramarye. Now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no rush, Uncle Valorant. You should stay a while.
I am afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. Slink back to the scene. So, you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked through the front door. Normally.
Damn. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking.
Right. Valent Gramarye. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost amongst them, that bit of magic that made Lamirar disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. Alright, let's move.
Let's leave. Sunshine Coliseum, here we fucking go. Ooh, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing.
God, fucking Gavin has his own blimp.
It's the G Tour.
The weather matters for an investigation?
Of course it does, Apollo. Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days?
Sure. Let's get started, shall we?
Right on! Show us your stuff, Apollo.
What stuff?
All your stuff. Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it.
I did enough at home, thanks.
Huh? There's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage.
I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer.
Then you're in luck because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection"?
Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Do we investigate
Boo.
anything here?
There's nothing here to look at.
Alright. Backstage
We're
hallway.
going backstage hallway.
We're back. Stage.
We're back again. Oh. Hi,
Oh yeah.
Mr. Attorney. I'll just do her voice.
Yeah, you do her, I'll do Emma. Lemurio! I'm sorry about today.
There is nothing you... Yeah, I'm just gonna keep butchering it. Fuck it. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Ooh. You must have great ears. Elephant ears.
Ears that heard the crime scene taking place. Or just crime, not crime scene. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? The voice. That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescen's voice in the scene of the crime.
I did not know his name. But I never forget a voice. Well, flashback. Well,
Flashback.
Whoa, this is so much flashback now. There's so many flashback chalupas for me to eat now. Or flashback chalupas just puke that I'm re-eating. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice.
Give me just a second.
Sorry, I'm eating crackers.
Apollo, I think you're guessing. Durain and
I'm guessing-
Mr. LeTrouser.
I know, I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latour were talking about something?
The next moment, I heard those gunshots.
Bang. Bang. Why didn't you call security?
To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So, it really was Durain's voice she heard.
Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. Machi. I met Machi before my date. Oh, wait, that's you.
I met Machi. Wait, I met Machi before my debut as Lamar. I was singing in a restaurant in Borginia.
And he was playing the piano?
Yeah. Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see.
Sorry, hold on. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see?
Ah, no, it wasn't then. We actually played house first. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see, all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands, always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is smart. He is a smart, gentle boy.
I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. Latouche.
Ah, yes. He was a international police agent, I hear.
So, you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover.
But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Same.
I know. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand.
You have no idea?
I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory.
Clouded. Right. Darkness.
Darkness. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see when I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart.
Ooh, wow. In your heart?
I have no memory of the time before I became Lamyar. I awake from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days.
What is it? What was it that she said about not being able to remember the lights?
I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Like giving birth to 2 children. Everything before becoming Miar is lost to me. But I don't think you. I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of the International Police approach me?
Do you think your past might be related to this case?
No way! That seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lemurier. I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. Ugh.
Okay. Is there anything we
Hey,
present to her?
Hey, Apollo, what about that dumb videotape Uncle Valorant gave us?
What about it?
You just asked if we should present something. But if we present it to her,
What?
why don't we present her the dumb videotape that Uncle Valorant gave
Oh,
us
yeah.
so we can maybe find out about the,
We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time.
Oh, shut up. That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion?
Oh no, that was magic. I actually disappeared.
When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently, they hired a professional magician.
See? Valorant grammar.
Hey, that's my line.
I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done?
I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grammary made me swear to never tell a soul.
I was afraid of that.
Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know?
You know?
You know? Ah, I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something.
Yes?
When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was laying on the floor.
Yeah, it's still
fact-
sitting there.
It's still there.
Device? Maybe you mean this?
It's been laying there since the day before yesterday.
How has not a single cop picked that up?
And like bagged it for evidence?
Yeah,
I don't know. They're all bad at their jobs.
yeah.
Might I touch it? I thought as much.
What? What did you think?
This is coated in earwax. That's it. I just
That's
wanted
the
to-
line.
I just wanted to feel earwax. Everyone on the staff wears one during a concert. And if I could taste the earwax, I may know exactly who wore this one.
She just wants to taste earwax.
I just want to. Apollo, can I lick your ear? I just want to taste earwax.
I wonder whose it is. He says, dodging the question.
We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. It's a good thing it was just sitting here in the hallway.
Awfully convenient.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Elsa, yum earwax.
Yes, that's best. Thank you. Also, would you like a recipe for earwax stew? Maybe the judge would like that. So can I put it on?
Trucy.
Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo.
Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Do we
We'll
present?
just present it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about this headset, Lamirar? You said that all concert staff were wearing one?
That's correct. You need to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think.
So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too, then.
They were quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system.
That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? Is there anything else to talk to her
No,
about?
let's move to the stage. We're done with this bitch.
We are... Okay, we'll do the stage and then we're going to call it after.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
What?
It's Uncle Valorant.
Oh boy.
That song. Isn't that the one Lemure was singing?
Yeah, you're right. The Guitar's Serenade.
Well, I'd love to do a show on a stage like this.
I'd come to see that.
The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. There I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air.
Wait, is she singing or doing magic?
I don't know. I'm just reading the text.
Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician?
Oh, that's right. I was a magician, wasn't I?
Some dedication. No, there he is. Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is.
Uncle Valorant!
What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss.
The Lemurier transportation illusion. Ooh.
Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exciting examination, I happened to notice that piano. And I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody.
Hey, Apollo, maybe Uncle Valorant can shed some light on this whole thing for us. I was wondering about the show that night of the murder.
Why is Trucy the one saying this?
I don't know. Mirror Vanishing Act was your illusion, right? Even though we've mentioned this 18 times at this point in the last 30 minutes.
Indeed, the Purple Prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear. Like a dream." Like a dream? Yet,
Like a dream?
what can I work with on a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. Conveniences. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted. And she disappeared from the top of the tower. But in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel. People come to me because I'm a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom made for time and a price.
Please.
Or time and place. My bad. Now, because of the murder, all of the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of Troop Grammary are concerned.
So, you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well.
Oh, sorry. Did you say your line already?
I can say it again.
Okay,
So,
my bad.
you were here checking on the... to make
And
sure
when
it
will
went
it did?
well.
Now, speaking of pianos,
Oh, I didn't say anything about that.
that piano over there troubles me.
I don't care.
It troubles you? Why?
I
Why?
don't care.
Why do you ask why? I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. Ugh. How much more is there to talk with him about?
There's two more things, and then we have to examine the piano. So, I mean...
I know what you were thinking in that head of yours. Grammar, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on the television. Something of that sort? Actually, yes, you're right.
Well, he just read your mind, Apollo. That, or he just remembered you saying that, like, I don't know, fucking 30 minutes ago.
Oh, everyone tells him that and he makes a... Or everyone tells him that and he made a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Gramarye. It was he who began the great troupe Gramarye. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was. I do have a vague memory of something like that on TV. Yet several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act. Yes, cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen and a barren waste, stripped of illusion.
That's not true. I still went to all of your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket.
When you start playing the supermarket and parking lots, you know you're in trouble. Start playing in supermarket parking lots.
I always play in supermarket parking lots.
Same. We hone our skills at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise, up from obscurity onto fame's shining stage once more. I do this not only for the magic that is Gramarye, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean... Yes, Zach Gramarye. Trucy's father. Before it disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Gramarye in show business circles. None. I will see us return to glory. I, Valorant Grammar. Our founder's Magnifi Gramarye was... singular founder, excuse me. Our founder, Magnifi Gramarye, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles.
I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go, what happened to the jet again? I guess I forgot.
Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zack and I had talent. In no time at all, Valorant and Zack were the shining stars in the Gramarye crown.
Cool, huh? And Zach Grammar was my daddy.
Now that Magnifi and Zack are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valorant Gramarye, who brings the Gramarye miracle back to the big stage.
I'm rooting for you.
Miss Jersey, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side.
I pass. One skill coming right up. It's surf.
Oh, sorry, that's me. How do we manage to get off the topic of the case so quickly all the time? Do we have to present anything?
No, just go examine the piano.
Okay.
It's one big piano. I've never actually played one.
Heh. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime.
No good. He can't play either.
I kind of feel bad for the guy now.
Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut Debut of a prodigy. Ew.
Did you make that noise just now?
Let me try again. You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Huh? Look, this was stuck between the strings. It looks like some kind of switch.
Someone must have thrown this into the piano. That's not a Nintendo Switch.
That's not a Nintendo Switch. Okay, next up, the dressing room of Marrier.
Okay. I'm calling it done for the night.
No, I'm Mr. Dunn.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
For stealing my identity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sorry. I figured that's all you would need.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I didn't sleep a ton last night, so that doesn't help. But hey, we still got through a decent chunk of the game. We still have we still have a shitload left in the case.
We're like a third of the way through this investigation
Oh my god.
section, and then we have 2 more trial days.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we are not finishing this before the week break.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Unless we streamed it like 18 times next week.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right. Thanks for joining Al and Darkest Mustard.
How?
I didn't
Al
mean to say
Laboratories.
Hal. That was a
Thanks for joining Hell.
misspeaking. And Cloud when he was here.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember him being here tonight.
All right, we'll see you next week, or
Yeah.
yeah, okay. It's next week and then the week off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.